welcome. As you can see, I've got this tray here. It's left over from Tuesday's video when I did the dragons and I did the dragon tray. Now, some of the mica powder is literally just a coating, but in other places there's big piles of it. So rather than waste all this lovely glitter and mica powder, I thought I would make another tray today, but in a totally different theme. So stay with me and I hope you enjoy. So I'm just going to start by cleaning the middle because I don't want all this in the middle. I mean, I might make a mess again, but I've got baby wipes on hand. These are just water-based ones because they don't hurt your mould. I mean, I don't want to mention a brand name, but yeah. If you get the ones that are water-based, well, mainly water, you won't do your moulds any harm whatsoever. I clean mine with them all the time and clean up mistakes as well with mica powder with them. So right, I shall decide what I'm going to add to this and I'll be back in a minute. So I do want to mix it up a little bit. I've got some lovely purple stones and some purple bits. I made a mess already. So all I'm doing is, where the mica powder is just that little bit thinner, I don't know if you can see there, I've made some gaps. Just so I can add a little bit of extra interest like there. Just do this and leave a bit of a gap, you know. Doesn't have to be a perfect gap, but it's a gap. So I'll get that cleaned up again and I'll be back in a sec. So that's done now. In that process, I managed to get it all up my nails and everywhere. My hands are filthy again, but never mind. So I'm just going to add some of these lovely purple stones. I absolutely love them and they're so gothic. Because I still sort of want a bit of a crater effect. Maybe not as dramatic as the last one, because that involves adding more mica powder, and the aim of this video is to use up what I've already got left from the other one. But I do want to add the stones to see if they will attach. I think they will. At least these don't stick to the mould, I guess. So it may not be as rough and ready as the dragon tray, I'm not sure, but I think it'll be equally as nice. So I thought, well, I'll put them in, and I thought these were quite nice to see if these will stick. Experimentation. Oh, I bet they stick to the mould though. Yeah, it's okay, we can adapt. It's just hard, really hard to put them in without hitting. So I guess I'm gonna just put them random as well on top of the other colours and see what happens. I'm not sure whether it'll show through or take, but we can but try. Yeah, so put some there. Just filling in whatever bits of gaps I've got. Some there, some there. Because I'm trying to stay within the purple theme. So, because I'm going to do purple in the paw. Because I'm absolutely obsessed with that purple I used the other day. Which I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, so I think, as you can see, there's no particular thing to it. I'm just putting it in wherever, and I just thought this chunky glitter was so nice, and I've never had the opportunity. You see, why didn't I just do that in the first place? Pull the mould back. I've never had the opportunity to use it, so today is the day. Right, I think, let me just move them a little bit, because I'll put an extra bit in there. They might peep through, who knows. And let's see what we get from that. Okay, I've mixed up my AquaCast now. I've made it quite thick because I'm going to be putting quite a bit of pigment into it. Now, as I've said before, if you go on the Elichem website and type in your mould volume, it'll give you exactly the ratio of water to powder that you need. I think, if I remember rightly, this took 300 mils when I made it last time. So I've made a little bit more for good measure, because I always have something to the side anyway. So let's get on and add this pigment. Now, I am obsessed with this purple, as you know. Well, you don't know, but I am. Oh, look at it. How could you not be obsessed with this purple? It's absolutely, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, and it did dry the same colour last time, so I'm hopeful that if I don't go overboard with the pigment again, that it'll do the same this time. It's a test, basically, because I don't want to keep having to put like absolutely loads in, you know, and waste if I can get away with less. But as I say, I'd never used it before in the previous video, so I didn't really have much of a clue of how much it would take. So that looks gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to do a marbled effect, and I'm going to use this black that I used the other day as well. So, and I'm literally just going to put a few drops here and there, and just ever so slightly marble it. Now look at that, that's a cool effect when you use your whisk. So I'm just going to put that to one side for now, because probably deeper down it's going to need more. So again, like I did the other day, just round the outside initially. Oh, that black seems to have took over quite a lot, actually. Be interesting. And just let it flow down on top of the mica powder, etc. What stayed? Yeah, maybe I've put too much black in, I don't know. So I'm just going to carry on swirling and just let it do what it does, and just see what pattern we get. Yeah, I think I was right with the mould volume. Oh, I'm gonna have to use a silicone one. Oh, I hate that squeaky noise. I think I said it the other day in the video about using silicone tools with a silicone jug. It's just, oh. Now this is looking very Halloweenish. But you know, for me, it's Halloween all year round. It's my favourite time of year. I used to have a party every single year, like a huge party, to the point where I had to have like a marquee party tent in my garden. But as time went on, it sort of fell by the wayside, because I went to a Comic-Con the first year, and I absolutely love the show Supernatural, and Jensen Ackles was there. So I mean, come on, priorities and all that. So that started it initially from me not having my parties, and then the year after, it was my granddaughter's birthday, so, and she had the party on the same day I would have normally had the Halloween party, so I haven't done it for a couple of years. But you know what, maybe, you never know. So that's going to be quite a swirly effect, I think, which I think will look quite nice. But because I just have to mess with things, I was wondering if I could sort of do something like this. It might not work. My version of a bloom, Amy. Are you watching this? But it's not a bloom, obviously. I just thought it might make an interesting sort of spiderwebby design. I don't know. We shall see. Probably when I tap it, it's all gonna move again, but So basically I'm just going to leave that now, let that cure and see what we end up with. Could be interesting. So I'll be right back. Okay, this seems to have cured really fast and it doesn't feel warm or anything, but it does feel a little bit damp. So I'm going to get it out and just let it breathe a little bit, because I'm impatient. Point 1 and point 2, it's probably best to let the air get at it. Oh, it's demoulding very easily. So let's tip it up. I'm going to, oh, it looks interesting from that side. So let's see what we've got. Ooh, I like. Right, it seems to have picked up the glitter, but oh no, I've got some stones there. I thought I'd lost the stones. Oh, that's interesting. Quite an interesting swirly effect, isn't it? Now I've got this sticker. I just want to try it before oh yeah, that should pretty much fit. Okay, well, interesting. I really like that actually, me dragging the things across like that. Sort of made it a bit, just give it a bit of something, hasn't it? Right, so I'm going to brush all this mica powder off for the second time in 2 days, as you can see. So, and then hence the kitchen towel, and hence why I still haven't changed my lovely new mat. And I shall be back. As you can see there, there's hardly anything left now, so that'll make my cleanup a lot easier and I haven't wasted. So this is all cleaned up now. So I need to decide, I need to look, because I can see the sort of edge of this sticker. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a tiny bit off the corners there, but that's not a tragedy. Sort of look, I can see by eye basically how much I need to take off. So again, because we have all these craters, I mean that's a deep one. I might actually, I think the stones have disappeared. I had a feeling they might. There's the odd one that's still there, but I had a feeling they might disappear. So what I might do, because I'm going to seal this anyway, I might put some of these little stones in as I'm going around. I've still got my J Diction here that I need to use up. So I'm just going to do the same as what I did the other day, if I've got any of this left. And I'm just going to seal this top edge in. Whoop, wobbly hand there, what's going on there? And just run my finger around. Make sure it's not running down the sides. I mean, I think it already has there. Can't be helped really because of the craters. You're not going to get the surface tension, you know. But I do want this tray to breathe, so I will be leaving it upside down overnight and not seal the bottom, basically. So hopefully that's everything there. What I'm going to do, I mean, I could have been a lot neater with a brush, but you know what? I'm all for quickness. Right, so I'm just going to run some, like I did, I keep saying that, like I did the other day, but I'm going to run some round the edge here. If I can get it out. And just seal that in. Now, I'm going to go, you're going to be shocked here, but I'm actually going to put epoxy in this one rather than sealing it in with UV. I'm just going to do this initial UV coat. Get my stickers in. Right, that's all done. So, I'm going to take that glove off. And I'm just going to drop some of these little stones in some of these little craters and just see how many stick. I mean, it's going to have to be cured under the lamp a fair bit. Because it is so dark. Hopefully some of these will actually stick. This is getting near the end of its life. I should have left it upside down, really. Ooh. See, it wants to fall over on its own. So yeah, I'm just going to pop a few in here and there, just to give it a bit of interest. A few more in there. Stick it under the lamp now and get it cured, and then I'll be back to put the sticker on. Yeah, that's all cured now. I should have left my gloves on, but I was confident it was cured. So yeah, so I need to decide. Let's get the rest of these stones out. So yeah, the stones are stuck in lovely there, and it's totally touch dry. So I need to decide which bit I like the best to put this sticker on. Now I've cut it so I can just literally line it up here and put it in. I mean, it's not like even on each side anyway, so wherever I put it, it's never going to look totally even, if you get me. So I think I'm going to cover up some of this black and just utilise the bearing in mind you'll see this through the clear here. Yeah, I think I like that. So I pulled all this. I left this tab specifically for this so that I could easily pull this back. Now you can use the tape method. Marcy from Arty Farty Creations was the first one ever that I remember that did it. And you just basically put your tape on your front and your back and it helps you to peel it off. But luckily this one came off pretty easy anyway. So I'm just going to place it there and hopefully stick it down without getting bubbles. In fact, I've got this, my cricket doobree. Doobree, I don't even know what to call it. I'm not loving this white outline, I have to say, but I thought it was going to come off clear. Okay, I admit it. I pulled the sticker off and I fussy cut all the way around. But you've got to admit, it looks much better. I just really did not like that white background. Yes, I lost a few of the florally details because they were just too hard to cut round. But I have managed to save a couple of the leaves. Obviously, I cut round the leaf on the teapot there. But yeah, it definitely looks a lot better, doesn't it? I didn't want to lose all my marbling, you know, as well. So I'm just going to decide where I'm going to put these. I think, if I remember rightly, this leaf sprouted out of here originally, so I'm just going to put it there. And I think this one was down here. So again, I'm just going to put it like so. Now I could add more if I wanted to, I guess. This is peeling off really easy now, so I reckon I may have to put a bit of UV down before I even think about anything else. So what to do now? Do I leave it as is? Because it is pretty quitty. It is pretty on its own. I mean, I do have these Gothic style like roses, but I don't know, maybe just put the odd one around. I thought that might look nice there. I've got a few different ones on the roll actually. Okay, so originally when this sort of fanned out, like you can see on some of the flowers here, oops, it had like little purple sort of dots. Be presuming to add to the magical touch. So what I'm going to do is, I've made a really thick solution of UV here, and I'm just going to dot it in. I mean, I don't even know if you'd notice it, but I'm just going to dot it in on the dots already and then bring them out. Hopefully it'll work, because this is like super thick. And I'm just going to catch them before they spread. Oh, wrong way. So I just carried on putting the purple in around the flame effect. I also put some of the purple inside the flame, and I also made up some pink glitter with UV, and I put a little bit inside the flame, and I dotted some pink little dots around. It took a while, so I'll just take you to the end when I finish doing the dots. But you can see basically what I'm doing there anyway. Oh, that's cute. So I've put a little tiny piece of abalone on the top of the candle there, and hopefully I'll just put a little dab of UV on the top. That'll keep that in place. Put it on without it sticking. Yeah, I should have maybe put a bit down first. Right, okay, I wouldn't have manipulated it. I did try a little piece of glitter, but it didn't seem to work. Oh, that'll be all right. Just to show sort of a little fake flame there. Okay, so I've put some little sort of sparkly bits around, just like as if it's coming out the flame. I don't know if that's effective or not. And I've also dabbed some UV because I was aware, because I pulled the sticker off, that there was some edges that might not stay down when I put the epoxy in, but otherwise I think it's pretty stuck. So I thought, oh hang on, I've got some bits in there. I went a bit mad with the dots, so I did take some back off again. With a spare, I've just been making some little things. I'll just carry on doing them to use up the little bit of purple and pink glitter that I've got left. It's just that mould I showed the other day on my haul video, and like, it's meant for wax melts, but I've been using just the actual design, you know, to make these, so they'll come in handy for something else for sure. So let me rubbish out the way. Today I'm using craft resin, the epoxy. Now it's lovely and clear, but it has got bubbles, so I'm in two minds. But to be fair, it's going to be a really clear coat, a really thin coat, so I think that by the time it cures, the bubbles have a good chance of rising to the surface anyway. So I think I'm going to risk it. So yeah, so I was going to put these on here, was another thing I was going to say, but I just thought it looked too much. Doesn't need it. So I'm just going to pour a very thin coat on. I'm hoping it'll soak in and disguise that UV. Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. Yeah, it looks pretty clear already, to be fair. Yeah, I've never used craft resin before, but I got it to try on a recommendation. So it's a test to see if I like it or not. I'll link it in the description anyway, but so far so good. It looks beautiful. Just making sure it all gets to the sides. I think I've got it all there. looks like that UV's blending in, hopefully, anyway. So it's really just a case of leaving it now. I'm going to give it a spritz just to get any surface bubbles off. But I really can't see any, to be fair, now. I'm sure a few will rise. But like I say, it's only thin, so they should come to the top pretty quick. I'm really hoping I lose these lines where I've put the UV though. Otherwise I'll have to put something on the top. This side's disguised okay, but that, I don't like that there. I mean, will it just look like part of the pattern possibly? Anyhow, I'm going to leave that to cure and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, guilty. It wasn't looking like those areas were going to blend, so I just put a little bit of this glitter. I literally just sprinkled it on either side just to give it the tiniest bit of something. So I'm just going to put tiny bit up the top, and hopefully it won't move too much. I say hopefully, it probably will, but we'll see anyway. On, I was going to say demould, but it's not being demoulded. I'll see you when it cures. That's all cured now. I have to say, I'm impressed with this craft resin. That is flawless. I thought that was a bubble there, but it's actually one of the little blobs I made. But look at the shine on that. It's beautiful. And there's not one bubble in it at all. Anyhow, that's it. That's the finished piece. As you can see, the glitter basically it moved a little bit as the resin pulled in, but not too much, so that's quite good. Yeah, I love it. So I'm going to put a couple of pictures up for you, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to like and subscribe, it costs you nothing and it would greatly help my channel. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.